get on to our next topic, which is Justice League Dark Apokolips War, which the trailer was just released about a day ago. I saw the trailer. I think the trailer was released about a day ago, I believe. Let me check. It was released. I hate these commercials here. They always have to do commercials, don't they? Not that that's a bad thing. Not that that's a bad thing. Not that that's a bad thing, and you know why I'm saying that. But anyway, I'm trying to see. 2 days ago. Okay, it was released 2 days ago. Now, Justice League Dark Apokolips War, from what I've read, is the sequel to the first Justice League Dark movie. And according to Wikipedia, this is the 15th and final installment of the DC animated universe movies, as far as we know. This is the final installment. Now, I don't know if that. Now, I don't know if that's somewhat true, because the next movie they have is Superman: Man of Tomorrow. Now, I could understand maybe if, Justice League Dark Apokolips War is like the last movie in the current regime, and that every movie that comes afterwards is going to be like a standalone thing, like a prequel or whatever. And if that's the case, fine, that's cool with me. But here's the thing. Here's the thing about that. I don't think it'll be believable whatsoever. I really don't. I don't think it'll be believable in any shape, form, or fashion. So I still think we're going to get more movies down the line. I really do. And sorry, my finger hit the mic there again. But yeah, I honestly think we're going to get more movies down the line. That's just my opinion. And there's going to be more. I honestly believe we're going to get more Justice League Dark movies. I honestly think we're going to get more movies that continue with the current regime, like maybe, based on stories that we've seen before, or that we've read before, but now brought up to the animation portion of seeing them. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah, Justice League Dark Apokolips War is scheduled to come out this spring, which I don't know if it's this month, the next month, or May. More than likely around Easter time, believe it or not. And like I said, according to Wikipedia, this is the 15th and final installment of the DC animated universe original movies. Before they, I think, start either adapting more stories into the films or whatever. Here's the thing. Like I said, I don't think it's the end entirely. I think it's the end of this regime, like this chapter of it, but there's going to be more to come, because like I said, you got Superman: Man of Tomorrow, which is a prequel to Superman, to Clark Kent becoming Superman, or his progress of becoming Superman. So I look at the fact we'll get movies like that, but we'll also still get movies that tie into current story arcs as well. So, oops, hit the wrong thing there. Hold on. But yeah, I think we'll get story arcs that tie into what was that I said? That will tie into the current the current timeline in the comics as well. Now, some might say that the reason they're saying this is the 15th and final one is because of what's going on behind the scenes with DC and all that, and that might be true. I mean, in other words, it might be the final one for some time. You know, when it comes to these kind of stories, but I don't think it's the last one, period. Because, like I said, you got Man of Tomorrow following that, and then you possibly got some other ones as well. Now, just looking at stuff here for a moment, kind of trying to focus on some other things. Well, I'm trying to focus on linking this live stream to other places. But anyway, Justice League Dark Apokolips War is an R-rated movie. It's going to be R-rated, and its runtime is 2 hours and 15 minutes. Now, you might say, well, that's pretty long, right? In a sense, it is, but The Dark Knight Returns combined into one movie because that's what the Blu-ray Deluxe Edition did. The sorry about that, but the Dark Knight Returns, like I say, combining the whole story into one, combines to around one. I'll put it this way: combines around almost 3 hours. I think it's around 2 hours and 2 hours and 26 minutes. That's what it is because it runs at 146 minutes, so it's 2 hours 26 minutes. The longest actually is the recent Superman movies that they did, not Red Sun, which just came out, not that one, but the other Superman films, the Death of Superman and the Reign and its follow-up, The Reign of Superman. Those are both combined uh, because they're basically the same story, the same continuity, if you will. Um, they run a combined together 166 minutes. So 2 hours and 46 minutes. So basically, uh, with the exception of Red Sun, the Death and Reign of Superman story arc, which was adapted into these two films, combined together into one film, is the longest of the DC animated universes, animated universe movies. The second longest being Dark Knight Returns, and now the third longest being this upcoming Justice League Dark um, Apokolips War. Yeah, Justice League Dark Apokolips War. Because the last Justice League Dark movie ran about 87 minutes. This is going to well exceed it. And you might ask yourself, well, why do they have to make it so long? It doesn't make sense. Here's the thing. I don't think they know that. I don't. Well, that's a good question. That's what I'm trying to say. But I think the reason it's long is because it's a war. And basically, like I said, this is according to Wikipedia, the last one of the current DC animated universe movies, or the current DC original animated universe movies that they're doing in this manner. So Apokolips War obviously has to be a big, big deal. And I think if you watch some of the movies that they did previously to that, there's always been a connection like, okay, they're obviously building to something, but we don't know what. Because there are some of these movies that they've done that have a connection, have a continuity from one to the other. So obviously it's leading to something, and it's leading to this. Now, the reason it got an R rating, according to what the MPA said or put for it, is it's going to have bloody violence, it's going to have language, and it's going to have some sexual references. So it's going to be really interesting. It's going to be really interesting and intriguing once that once that movie comes out in the next few months, either this month or next month, or May at the latest. So anyway, though, what was I getting at? Oh yeah, I was just looking at something. Somebody just found a My Little Pony toy, a display. I think in a McDonald's or something. I don't know. Anyway, but anyway, finishing up here. The movie looks, obviously, just looking at the trailer, the movie looks good, and I'm really looking forward to seeing it. So can't wait to see it, and I am gonna buy it. I haven't. Here's the thing: if I look at my current listing of movies, I have most of them. I have most of the DC animated universe movies. Um, the only one I don't have right now is Superman Red Sun, and that's about it. So I have to get Red Sun, and I'll be mostly up to date. There are a few I still got to get, but I'd be mostly up to date. But like I said, there are still some I still have to get. But anyway, yeah, Justice League Dark, Apocalypse War. The trailer, it's on IGN, it's on Emergency Awesome. I think it's on the WB YouTube page and the DC YouTube page. Check it out. It looks really good. And it definitely feels like it's going to be a crescendo. It's going to be a culmination of a lot of the Easter eggs and nods and continuity things that we got going from certain movies throughout this run. So I say check it out. I think it looks good. And even though it's going to be a violent movie, yeah, I think it might be one. I think if this is the last one of the current crop, if you will, of DC animated original movies, then it's definitely looks like it's going to go out with a bang. No doubt about that. So, can't wait. I can't wait for the movie to come out. I will be buying it, by the way. I will be buying it. So, with that said, though, with that said, let's move on to our